From the court to the classroom, from the block to the board room. This is the Michael Graham Show, where real talk meets real life. Join Michael Graham as he breaks down the big issues: youth development, community programs, housing, jobs, and the challenges that shape us all. Loud, funny, real. The voices of experience from athletes, educators, advocates, and everyday warriors are all right here. This is where community comes to talk. This is the Michael Graham Show.
Hello, folks. How y'all doing today?
From the court to the club.
Messing up. My name is Michael Graham. Welcome to the Michael Graham Show tonight. Tonight, I'm by myself. My co-host, Bobby, is under the weather a little bit, but he'll be back next week with me. But tonight, I got a couple of friends of mine who are dear to my heart. Ever since I began playing the game some dinosaur years ago, ever since middle school, a particular one guy that's been in a lot of kids' life, you know, in the Washington, D.C. area. I mean, this guy have over 45 plus years of teaching and coaching in the Washington, D.C. area. And, you know, he's coached everything under the sun. But when you talk about the game of basketball, you know, I know people say, you know, Rob Nickens, 31 years, you know, won a lot of games. But this guy, he's won championships for the middle schools. I mean, God, he 31 championships, okay? And I know out of those 31 championships, you got to be looking at maybe over 1,000 victories or maybe more. I want to introduce tonight my friend, my mentor, Mr. Jay Shorter.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? I appreciate that intro, man. That's probably more than I deserve, but thanks a lot there, man. How you doing?
I'm doing, man. Let me introduce my other brother here. This guy come out of one of the top schools back in our day in the country. He's a 6'6" swing man, probably the best small forward I ever seen. And I think he's better than David Wingate. You know, he plays like him, but he just got a jump shot that'll kill you. I knew him ever since the Dunbar days. He was an All-American for Jodine Davis, well coached. He went on to play for Billy Tubbs at the University of Oklahoma, Mookie Blaylock, Stacey King, Wayman Tisdale. I want to introduce my friend, my brother, Tyrone Jones. What's up, baby?
Hey, man. Hey, how y'all doing, man? What's up, Jake? That's my coach, too, man.
How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm doing fine. Just a little under the weather, which is allergies and stuff and all that. Yeah, man, I appreciate the introduction as well, man. You know, happy to be here.
Man. I'm glad to have y'all on, man. Because like I said, you know, I got a little message. I thought it was a message to me from Tyrone, right? I'm looking on social media, and I see him putting down stats and everything. I said, you know what? I need to hurry up and get Tyrone on here because he calling me. You know what I'm saying? Through social media. I said, next, if he got to call me, he going to curse me out. So when I called Ty said, well, Mike, we need to bring Jay. I said, Jay who? He said, Jay Shorter. I said, get out of here, man. I said, we got to do it, Ty. We got to do it. And I thank y'all, man, for being here, man. I really do, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No problem at all.
Yeah. So what's been happening with you, Ty?
Man, I ain't been doing nothing busy, man. Staying busy, working and things and all that, taking care of business. You know, out here, you know how it is out here right now. Just, you know, staying away from the negative and just promoting the positive.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. And Coach, you was telling me that, you know, things you did, you know, still in the government, you know, you're still coaching, you know, you always spread it yourself real thin. You know, you try to give yourself to everybody, you know, and that's one thing about you. You know, I want to know your coaching philosophy. After 45 plus years of coaching across multiple sports, how has coaching philosophy evolved over time, and what core principles remain constant?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, the remain constant is the most important thing. And number one is culture. You got to have nice guys, good guys that really, I mean, when I say good guys, nice guys, guys who know how to meet their responsibility and are accountable to their actions off and on the court. That's the key.
That's right.
And I'm gonna tell you something that that's gonna really blow you away, Mike. You probably didn't know this, but when I started down at Jefferson, where I'm coaching now, and also at DC Storm, Tyrone Jones was right there when we started. He was right there at the beginning.
Okay.
And helping us out and all that kind of stuff. And Stretch kept telling me that I gotta have these guys believe in doing the things that they gotta stay out of what got me, what got him in trouble, and
right.
had him fall off the way. And I said, wow, and that was important to him. That was really important to him.
Okay, Ty. Let me ask you this, Ty. What was the most impactful moment or game during your time at the University of Oklahoma, and how did it influence you as a player?
You talking about a game that I played in at Oklahoma?
Yeah, the most impactful game while you was at the University of Oklahoma. It was one particular game that you played that really impacted and sort of like changed your life.
Well, we played one game against the University of Missouri. We played them on ESPN on national TV.
Okay.
And everybody was watching and all that. And that was one of the games that, I really felt like I was a Sooner and Oklahoma Sooner.
Right.
And everything, and that the fans and the crowd and everybody was behind me, believed in me and everything. The coaches, the other players on the team, and all that as well. That was like that was my senior year. That was at Oklahoma. We played them there on ESPN live on TV. That's when I had other great. I'm just picking this in particular game.
Right.
But I had other great games there. My junior and senior year. But that was one memorable game. That was, if you remember, that was the game when Billy Tubb took to the mic at halftime and said that the refs have told him that no matter how terrible the officiating is, that he did this. He said no matter how terrible the participation the game is, being ref. He was talking about the refs in particular. Right. Don't throw nothing else on the floor, right? Man, hey, the ref gave him a technical, foul, and everything. Missouri, was shooting free throws. But that was one of the poignant memories that I had, and one of the funniest moments that I ever had. I mean, Billy Tubbs, he was a great coach, great motivator, and all that, but he was also a comedian, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what, Stretch? Hey, Stretch, let me interrupt. I'm gonna tell you what I remember that you did at Oklahoma is when you hit that 3-pointer in the NCAA tournament game in that corner against Iowa State. Which one was that?
State. Yeah, it was Iowa State.
Y'all were looking at a loss there, bro.
Who they have on their team then? Who they have on the team?
Iowa State.
Yeah.
Big boy.
I can't think of his name. Okay, I'm thinking of a big boy too.
He was kind of heavy. I forget his name, man. But he was on the team. Jeff Grayer, he wasn't on there. He was gone.
He was gone.
Yeah, but I can't remember all of them right now. I can't remember their names, but they had a good team, man. They was tough. We beat them. So that was our third time beating them that year, though. We beat them 3 times. We beat them twice during the regular season. And then, in the tournament, we ran into them and we beat them and knocked them out. I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. The big thing about that game was when it was over, when we was back to the hotel, all the fans there were like, they were so glad, thanking me that they had to go home.
Yeah,
that was funny, man. Hilarious.
Hey, and I tell you something else too. I'm gonna tell you about Ty. I remember when he was playing for us in middle school at Jefferson. We played a championship game at McKinley Tech against Elliott, and they had the Chesley brothers.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and Nate Strickland. They had a guy named Nate Strickland. He was supposed to be the best.
He was real good. Went to H.D. Woodson.
Yep, went to H.D. Woodson. He's sitting on the bench near the end of the first half with fouls. He comes out in the second half. They playing a zone against us. We throw the ball to the high post. He ball fakes Chesley, gets him up in there, went right to the hoop and dunked on him, and that was it. That was the end of the game there, bro. It
blew wide open. Yep. Hey, they couldn't believe it. It was middle school, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
middle school.
Yeah,
that's really strange because me personally, and this might sound a little crazy, but in middle school, I can't remember the games I played. Even some of them, I remember maybe three games in high school I played. That was it.
Yeah.
I cannot remember anything else. And the reason I remember the games in high school that I played, because they played a significant part in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't good at all. So that's why I remember. But other than that, man, I remember some of the guys that was in the league that we played, like you and Big Tree and all y'all. But as far as the games, no, I really don't. Yeah.
Well, for me, man, I got a memory like an elephant. I'm gonna give you a moment, right? Hey Jay, watch this, man. This was funny, man. Hey, look, I think Mike was in the 11th grade, and I was in the 10th grade, right? I knew Mike from Boys Club, number 4 down Southwest. He played for Jules, I think his name Jules or something like that. But I was playing 12 and under then, right? And he was playing like 14 and under. And that's when I first knew of Michael Graham and ever saw him, right? But the first time I ever played against him, right, I was in the 10th grade. I was at Dunbar, right? So we was playing in Dunbar. We had John Taylor was on the team and all that. He was playing with, Chuck Taylor's son. Yeah. And Mike was on the post and Tree was checking him and all that. So Mike got the ball. They threw it to him in the post, and for somehow I was on the other side. Mike caught the ball on the left-hand side and somehow spun around and got on my side, right? And man, he turned around and had the ball and hook dunked it, right? Bam, right in the back. I was standing there looking. I had to stop for a moment to say, oh man, how the hell did he do that? Man, I was like, man, that was, hey, number one, it was a great moment. I witnessed that. And it was an incredible shot. I was left stunned, asking myself, how the hell did he do that?
Yeah.
From over there, he was on the other side. And next thing you know, he was on my side, and I could see him face to face. I'm on defense. The guys behind him, he looking forward, but he hooks the joint backwards. Yep, in Dunbar. That was 1982.
You know what that come from? That comes from growing up in Capers and having 4 of the brothers and trying to get to the dinner table. That's what I was thinking about.
Man.
But
hold on. That moment, that one play, right, solidified him in my memory as a great high school player, man. Couldn't nobody do that with him. I say he one of the most, dominating forces that I've seen in high school. Probably the most dominating force I saw in high school.
Yeah. Also, I was talking a little bit about culture a little earlier there. Stretch would tell you when he played, when he transferred and came to Langley and played with us up there, that basically changed his life. And I'm going to tell you why. Those kids, they were more conscious in the grades, doing the right thing off and on the court. Plus, they're two adults that had a lot to do with what was going on when we first started at Langley. And that was Charlie Christian and Eddie Myers. They both had a lot to do. Ty didn't play for Eddie at that particular time because Eddie had left. But, Chubb and BB and all those guys were up there at that time. And I took over right after that. And it took me a year to really build, that program back up. But Stretch was a big part of that. He was. And he would tell you, man, hey, it was about culture. I didn't change culture. Every job I had, it took us a year or two to get it going because you got to change culture. You got to get this guy out. I don't want to say a kid's name, but one kid was the best guard in DC, no doubt about it, middle school. Played for Banneker, had his brother, him and his brother. Now you know what I'm talking about now, Stretch, his brother. And they split. One stayed at his school and the other one came to Langley. Here we are 2 weeks into school. The kid hadn't showed up yet. So he finally shows up and I said, where you been, man? Oh, man, you bugging me, man. Let me go. I told him he had to go. I said, you got to go, man. You got to go find another school.
Right.
You really do. And
right.
He remained the best guard in town. But when he became a junior in high school, he came back to where we were and said, that move you made changed my life. He said, because I never thought anybody would throw me off a team and talk to me the way you did about get out of here. And that's the thing that's really, and that entitlement is that drives me crazy, man. I don't believe that kids should be, entitlement. If you're around me, it's not going to be an entitlement. It's going to be every man for himself. But when we get in the games, the best players are going to play. That's the name of the game.
Right, that's it.
But Stretch he really helped me build that program at Jefferson. I mean, down at Jefferson, but he also helped me at Langley too, up there at Langley.
I got two landmark situations about my situation. How I ended up at Langley, right, and all that was I was playing for. I was going to Friendship over in South East over there.
Let me tell you something. Ho! That's where I first seen you at, Ty. No, who was the coach over there?
I can't remember his name, but he was Harry something. Yeah,
he was a heavy guy.
Yeah, had white hair, right?
I had just moved. It was the first year they opened up. That Friendship had opened up.
Yeah.
And we had moved the Capers, and then that's when I transferred to Jefferson.
Oh, okay. But it was what year was that? I think that was 1980, right?
Okay.
I was playing a Friendship, going to Friendship and all that. So there was a guy there that named Mr. Reggie Ballard, right? He was the coach, Mr. Ballard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was cutting up and acting up and all that the year before. Now, this was like my second year at Friendship at this time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all that, because I had repeated school there once, So I was like in the 8th grade, and Mr. Ballard, before the season had started, and I appreciate Mr. Ballard because he laid a landmark with me to help me get on my way to where I was going. Right now, before it was summer league, school was out May, June, and when school was out, this Mr. Ballard, he came to me and he said to me, yeah, I know you want to play and be on this basketball team. He said, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow you to play summer league with us this summer. And he said that I'm going to have, once school start, I got a couple of rules for you to abide and remain on the team.
Okay.
He told me it was a guy, I don't want to say no names, but he told me it was a guy, I could not hang with them no more or be around those guys no more. And he told me I had to come to school every day, and that if my grades wasn't right, that he would put me off the team at any time, right?
Okay.
Now, I'm going to tell you, man, at this time, I was just a difficult young kid, just doing what I want to do and all that, running around cutting school and not doing the right thing, right? So Mr. Ballard gave me that opportunity, and I took advantage of it. And so I played that summer, and I ended up playing that fall season and all that. Now, during that time, that season, we played Langley up at McKinley Tech, right?
Right.
I mean, so they had a great team, man. I mean, Wesley Malum, Howard Matthews, Big T,
Ernest Eggleston. Ernest Eggleston, that was his name, Ernest Eggleston.
Yeah, they had a great team, right? I mean, man, hold on, all them dudes was my size, man. I mean, I had 4 dudes on the floor. All of them was my height, and my team was, they were smaller than me, right?
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna tell you, they crushed us, right? But I was crushing they men too, though, right? So what happened as the year went on, right? and everything. Right. We finished the school season and all that. And so when the school season ended that year, Willie Borden from was down number 4, boys club, right?
Right.
And everything. So, me and Mr. Borden had formed a bond because, he would win, he was coaching the boys club teams that was in my age range. So I played against him several times, right?
Right.
And he heard, about how, I was doing in friendship and my grades and things and how things were and everything. And he came to me, and explained to me about, leaving friendship and attending Langley. And he told me, about the benefit that it would do for me.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I went along with it and everything. And at this time, Mr. Borden, he was, DC police officer.
Right.
And everything. Right. So he got me and my mom and him, we got together and everything and sat down and talked about it. He laid everything on the table and was telling me the opportunity for me to, attend Langley and play for Jay Shorter, right? And all that, right? And he was telling me that if I go to Langley and everything, things would change for me. It'll be better for me because it had formality with it, with discipline, accountability with the players, and that how Jay was a great coach, right? So I ended up going there and meeting Mr. Charlie Christian, Jay, Duck. Duck was our assistant coach, and meeting him and everything. Now, Mike, I'm gonna get in the nitty-gritty of everything, right?
Okay.
Okay. When I started playing for them, and Sonny Reds, Wim Plummer, guy Peanut was on the team. Quentin.
Peanut who?
From over Northeast, Brentwood.
That went to Woodson?
Nah, he went to Easton. Not that was.
He went to Easton. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Easton.
We had Rodney Glover, sport too, on that team too. Sport,
Rodney Glover.
Okay.
And all that. We had a real good team. Curtis Daniels was on the team as well. Right?
My man Curtis. Okay.
Yeah, okay, he was on the team as well. But look, man, this was the thing, right? Now I'm coming from Southeast. I'm coming to play with these guys. This is their team, right? And all that. And I recognized that right off the top. So I didn't come in trying to act like I'm taking over or that it was going to be my program, this is my team or whatever. Mm-hmm. Nah, man, that team, those dudes were so in line, right, that how they conducted themselves became impressionable upon me. Now, let me tell you what I'm saying. I told you I'm coming from shooting hooky, smoking weed, smoking weed, doing all this and all that, right? So as I got to know the team and I'm hanging around them a lot and I saw their behavior and how they was conducting themselves, I said, oh, nah, man, all that shit I be doing, man, I can't do this around these dudes, man. I can fall in because, they were well, everybody was disciplined, man. It was well disciplined. Nobody cut school. Nobody was smoking. Nobody was nobody was coming to school late. Man, none of that was going on, right? So off the top, right, everything, whatever, brother, I fell in line, man. I just had to. I mean, it was so cute. It was unbelievable how Jay Shorter was running a junior high middle school program.
At 22, 23 years old. Like,
I
was only 22 years old at the time.
Hey, you was that young when you came?
Yeah, I was.
Are you serious?
In fact, a lot of the guys now, they're
that's surprising to me.
How close they are to my age right now. They said, golly, that man, you was only
I told him that.
Years old.
I told him that in the gym.
Yeah.
I said, man, I thought you were way older than us, man. And all that, right? Hey, man, he was coaching us, man. I said that to him in Jefferson one day about how I thought. I said, Jay, man, I never knew you was that young coaching us, man. That's what, I mean, he just ran such a great program, man. I never bucked on nothing, man. Jay was tough, man. I used to run the hell out of us, man.
If he would have got hold to me, I would have played in junior high school, man.
Yeah.
I'm serious, man, because he tried, but they wouldn't give him the records.
No, they wouldn't let his records go. They wouldn't let his records go, boy.
They knew what you was gonna do, man. Hey, man, look, man, all I'm just saying, man, from my time when I got to Langley, man, it turned my life around and it skyrocketed me into becoming the person that I became in order to play for Joe Dean and all that. Like Jodine and Jay, man, they were very similar to me in that, you know, how they could did business and conducted themselves, you know,
Serious.
and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it was always accountability with Jay when I was there. And I also felt from Jay that when I first came there, hey man, anything crazy, you know you're out of here. Right? Like, you know, you know, anything like that, right? So I never tested him, man. I never tested him. Never fell out of line with him. No, nothing, man.
Right.
I'm telling you, Jay Shorter and Langley Middle School basketball was the catapult for me to Dunbar and all the way through Oklahoma and, you know, a little bit overseas when I played and all that. The discipline, accountability that I learned from Jay.
Ask you this, though, huh?
But you said something to me, Stretch, that really got me.
I'm giving this for you, Coach. Given your success in sending over 150, maybe 200 middle school players to Division I schools, what are the most crucial aspects of player development you emphasize at that stage, or how do you help them prepare for higher levels of education?
There's a couple of things. You know, first of all, you got to understand culture. You know, hey guys, hey, I tell them this is business, man. Sports is business. You got to know. You know, you got to fall in line. That's when you do that. Okay, if you have skills, we try to work on all the skills, like Stretch was trying to say. I'm gonna tell you something about him that he left out. Even though he was the tallest guy on the team.
Oh yeah,
we played him in a position where he could step out and shoot because I kept telling him, "You're not gonna be a center. When you leave us, you're not gonna be a center."
Right.
And he said, "You're the first guy that actually let me shoot." I got a kid now on my team that playing for us at the school where I am now. That also is about 6'3". He in the 7th grade. And
yeah, I remember the play. I still remember the play, Mike.
Yeah.
Look, Jay used to tell me, look, man, just go get on the foul line and put your hands up. Then turn around, run down the middle of the lane, and go to whichever corner you want to go to, and we're gonna let you shoot the ball on the outside and all that. Man, Mike, that was the first time that before that I was playing inside. I was an inside man. Jay Shorter was the one that saw that I could shoot the basketball. He was the first one, right? That saw that I could really shoot, right? So he ran plays, man, to get me. And I was the tallest guy on the floor sometimes, and he did this, man, right? He would run me, you know, he saw me at the free throw. I go down the middle of the lane.
That's because he trusted you. He trusted you.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this question by Kenny Park about transition.
Hey, Jay. That's what I was going to tell you. That's what I was going to ask you.
You know,
about the question.
Transition from football coaching to basketball. He coached me in football from 72 to 73. Really, it's all about culture. It's about, hey, we're going to do things this way. You got to fall in line. And one thing, I'm going to tell you what, and Stretch kept telling me when he came to Jefferson over there at the school, he kept saying, sports is about camaraderie and playing together and all that. And I, you know, that's always been my thing, man. Teamwork, off and on the court, basketball, football, and my dad played football, so I came from a football family, even though I played basketball. And so the two sports, my dad was, you know, he used to try to work with us in basketball, my brother and I. And I'd say, Dad, you went to Howard, you played football. What the heck you know about basketball? He say, son, you don't have to be a chicken to know a good egg. That's what he told me. You don't have to be a chicken to know a good egg.
Hey, that's it. Wow.
And it was about discipline, man. And you know, you pick that up and you carry that on to the next level. Also fundamentals, you know, that's the thing. Football, basketball, tennis, no matter what it is, it's about fundamentals. Getting the footwork down, and you start from the bottom up. Footwork, and then you got to go to the head. Hey, really, this is how you know.
Yeah, but see, you know, one thing in particular about sports, man. I mean, you know, playing, and when you playing with other people, man, and all that. See, basketball is not an individual sport.
Yeah.
Basketball and stuff like that, it builds character, but it also reveals character.
Yeah, it does, no question.
Right. I mean, like, see the game. You know, particularly basketball, for me, it's a game of cooperation, right?
Yeah,
you got to cooperate. In other words, when like, okay, you catch the ball, right? You say, oh man, I'm just gonna go in and shoot. No, hold up, man, you ain't open, man. You don't got a shot. You're forcing something here, you know, and all that. So the game of basketball is game, you know, I feel of chemistry, building, you know, something together to like a force so we can build and we can be a unit as one, right? And in order for that to happen, all the players gonna have to cooperate. You don't go outside of the scheme or what you're doing for an individual accomplishment. You know, you break the play and all that because you wanted to shoot or score or whatever, and not, you know, be on the same page with all the other players.
Right.
You know, hey, by the way, you know, I'm kind of like backing up as far as my sport days, man. I'm 73 years old, man. I'm trying.
You look good, man. I hope I look good as you, 73, Denzel.
Yeah, man, walking around. Yeah, no walking, no ain't nothing.
I gotta say, hey, I got two coaches, man, that work with me that are unreal, man. One of them is a young guy, Jalen Stewart, who worked with professional players. He worked with the Greek Freak. He worked with Under Armour, so he worked a lot with Seth Curry's camps and some of the Under Armour people. Hey, his training methods are tremendous. Well, both coaches, you know, they both work with kids well. They both great trainers. And again, we start from the feet and work up. We go from the feet, then, you know, the base, and then we go to the head. Hey, you gotta have the right frame of mind. You gotta listen. You gotta be coachable, and then you know, everything else falls in place once we can get those things over. Man, and the other one is Earl Benson, man. Hey, his son plays for O'Connell.
Okay.
Right now, his son plays for O'Connell, and he's going back and forth from O'Connell to go pick his son up to come over and work with us. He said his son, I don't know if Earl want me to tell this story, but I'm going to say it. Earl, his son broke his arm when he was in the 7th grade. He was our point guard.
Okay.
And had the cast removed a week before we went to play the playoffs. Well, it was removed Monday, and we got a game Thursday, playoff game. And his son, Coach, I'm ready. No, you're not. No, you're not, man. You know, you don't even weigh 100 pounds. You barely weigh 100 pounds. Just got a cast off your arm today.
Right.
And I said, no. And Earl said, let him play if he want to play. Earl. And this was the thing. I said, Earl, I wouldn't play my son. Why would I play yours?
Right. Exactly.
And you know, and he thought about that and probably said, you know, that's a strong statement, man. That is really a strong statement. And I said, that boy got a hell of a career. And right now, he's at O'Connell playing. By the way, man, I got kids all over the place, man. I had 29 kids that play for Jefferson that now playing high school basketball. And Stretch was with me when we first started. We had 12 guys play during the summer. 8 of them flunked off the team.
Yeah.
I was so, hey, I got, you know, by, you know, the other people in the athletic department, hey, we'll watch their grades. No, they didn't. From that point on, I watched the grades.
Right.
From that point on, I started watching the grades and all that kind of stuff.
I remember that we came up with a sheet for them to go take to each teacher.
Yep.
And what's going on? Let me know what's going on with them in the school in the classroom.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you one of the most important things Stretch did at our program. He said, Jay, you know what? You know what's wrong with this team, man? They don't play 3-on-3 and 4-on-4 like we used to. Because the kids didn't know anything about half court. I mean, discipline basketball.
Right.
We played 4-on-4, half court. No takebacks. I don't know where they got that from. Stretch, where they get that from? In half court?
Yeah. My reasoning, look, see, okay, Mike, you're gonna see this, you're gonna understand this where it's coming from. Why I decided that when we would practice, I would make them play half court, 3-on-3 and 4-on-4. Now, here was my reasoning for that. You know, a play, you know, when you're playing defense, man, the ball is the most important thing on the floor, right? Yep. So guys were thinking that because they man didn't have a ball and that the play was on the other side, and if the guy on the other side scored a bucket, they said, oh, that ain't my responsibility. Well, that wasn't my man that did that and all that.
Right.
So what they would do, Mike, they try to hide on defense, and then when you call them out for not helping on defense, that wasn't my man. So I told Jay, so I go to Jay and practice. I say, look, man, we're gonna play 3-on-3 and some 4-on-4. That way you cannot hide on defense. Right? You can't hide, right? So you're gonna have to play the basic fundamental defense and adaptation to what you should be doing according to where the basketball is, right? And so that's how our man-to-man defense became great. And because of that, we were shutting people down everywhere, right? And, other coaches would come up to Jay and say, hey, how y'all play defense like that? How y'all do that? How you get them to play that type of defense? And Jay would look at him and then be looking at me, and Jay pointed with it, and all that. I say, well, look, I can't give out none of our secrets. We might have to play y'all.
Right, exactly.
And we added more rules. Hey, only three.
Let me ask Ty this though. Because I got a question. Who'd you get drafted by, Ty?
I didn't get drafted, man. I tried out. My year. Okay, look, my year, right? When I came out, that was the first year they went to only 2 rounds in the draft, right?
Okay,
so
I think that was the last 7. Well, let me ask you this. You chose to play overseas in Europe after being drafted by the CBA, and you turned down the trial with it was at Cleveland?
Santa Barbara. Well, you talking the NBA?
Yeah.
Well, Cleveland invited me to a camp.
Okay.
Back then.
So let me ask you this.
I got drafted in the CBA by a team. They was in Santa Barbara.
So right? they was like a farm club team or something, right?
Yeah, Santa Barbara. Something. I seen that draft and everything. I found it on the internet somewhere, right?
But let me ask you this: what factors influenced this decision, and what were the disadvantages and the advantages of you taking the path of just playing overseas and not trying out or anything?
Well, man, back then, Mike, they would, just wanting to use bodies, man, and had you to come to camp, man, and wouldn't give me no money, and didn't give you no money, right?
Oh, you ain't got to tell me, I know.
look, right? So Cleveland, they was talking about, they telling me all about coming to camp, trying out and all this and all the talking, but they never mentioned give me no money to come to camp, right? Or nothing like that. So it was like a lot of talking and all that, right? To me, it added up to they gonna use you for camp and all that, and then then you out of here and all that, all that type of thing, right? So what happened? I had an agent, out of Chicago and all that. So he got me a deal to go play over in Europe. I was playing in Europe with a team. I was over playing a team over in Israel. The team was from Israel. I never went to Israel because we were more like a tourist type team, like the Globetrotters, right? And all that, right? So we were going around playing tournaments in Turkey, Amsterdam. I went to Amsterdam. We was in Germany, went to France, and all that. So I played with them about a year or two and a year and a half. And, at this time, Mike, they didn't really like, 1, 2s, and 3s. They only want your side, the big men back then. So you remember they was only carrying 2, Americans, right? Back then. And all over Europe. This was all over Europe. Only 2 Americans could be on the team.
Only 2 Americans.
Yeah, back then during that time, right? And everything. Okay. So it became a situation.
Okay, Coach, I see you have a question on the screen. You want to answer that question? How many total middle school championships do you have?
Really, it's in the 40s. It's really in the 40s, closer to in the 50 years that I've coached. Then maybe in 10 years I didn't win a championship in 50 years, man. And the thing is, and I joke about this all the time. You don't win with X's and O's. You win with Jimmys and Joes. And I've been blessed, man. I mean, I've had some great players, man. But I also, and I got to give credit to Eddie Myers. I see his son just asked the question here, Vaughn. Eddie was really, he's the one who taught me about the discipline, the coaching, and you know, and I worked a little bit with you know, I used to work at John Thompson's camp, and I used to also work at. And one thing John told me, you know, you take a little bit from everybody. John Thompson once told me that he tells his team, "I don't coach your team. You play for my team." You know, and you gotta have that philosophy. You can't have the kids running your team. You can't. I don't care at what level, and you just can't. And that stuck with me. Morgan Wooten, I worked a few of his camps. Morgan Wooten, something he said stuck with me. It ain't what you teach, it's what you emphasize. If you work on defense every day, your team gonna be a defensive player.
Absolutely.
You look at Duke when they had guys for 4 years. You know, when they had Jason Williams and Battier and hey, there was a defensive juggernaut, man. But once he started getting players for 1 year, you know, that one and done stuff, their defense started falling off. And I'm gonna tell you why it did. Those guys that he was getting, these All-Americans he was getting out of high school, they never guarded anybody. The main rule in basketball is you don't put your best player on their best player. So they guarding a traffic cone over there, really, a guy who can't play at all. Now you go to Duke, they can't play defense. That's why Duke, once they went to got out of that, once they went to everybody go to that one and done, Duke's program, it was hard for them to win because they don't shut you down like do. Man, I tell you, they should choke you, buddy. Hey, you couldn't even get the ball.
And I think that's why the coach retired, because I'm seeing a lot of coaches starting to exit now because of this NIL stuff and this one and done stuff. They running, man. They're running.
Yeah, the NIL.
Some of them running. Look, Mike. Some of them running for lack of control, right? Yeah. Now, what I mean lack of control is this, right? Okay, you got a superstar on the team, man. They paid him $2 million. Yeah, what you gonna tell him? What you gonna holler? How you? Hey, get your ass, get your in check. I mean, come on. Hey, okay. Nick Saban. That's the reason he's gone. That he don't coach Alabama no more.
Yeah.
They used to having total autonomy of control and all that over the players.
Chester Baxter once told me, "Now the rabbits got the gun." That's how he worded it. The rabbits got the gun now. Yeah. See, and that's and the thing is, it really ran Bennett out of Virginia. It ran Lager out of Miami, and the ones who are coaching now are the ones who.
And the other brother too, Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton. Yeah.
Leonard Hamilton. Yep.
Yeah. Well, he's still at Miami though. He's still in Miami.
Yeah. Oh no, he promised to play all this money, and he ain't pay the player. The players suing the university and him.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know where all these people are getting all this thing, man. About I'm reading all these things that's coming up now about the middle school championships. I'd say it's close to 40. I don't think I've gone 10 years and not win a championship. I mean, I don't think 10 years of all my coaching I've not won. And a lot has to do with the guys I have, that they buy into what and that's the key, man. People have got to buy in. This DC STORM thing that I have is also a big plus too, because you get to know the kids, because we travel during the summer. We play 70, 75 games during the summer, and who their families are, the coaches, the ins and outs of these kids, and kids do want discipline. They do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they do.
No, they want to be. I feel they want to be a part of something special and something meaningful. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Watch, Jay gonna tell you this, that I did this, and me and Jay did this, right? Mike, I'm sitting with Jay and whatever. We watching AAU, right? Watching AAU games. We was in some gym somewhere, and we was watching a couple of games, just studying whatever.
Right.
And I'm watching the players and all that. And there was some great talent and good players and all that. So I turned to Jay and I say, "Hey, Jay, man, we can get just as much talented players as these players here that are playing in AAU to come and play for Jefferson." I told them, "Look here, man, we're gonna start looking," and we took and changed our approach in uniform, our sneakers, our gear, and all the stuff that we wear. We transformed that, and we had our stuff were looking just as good as a middle school now, as a AAU program. And did they start flooding coming, Jay?
Yeah. I got to answer something right here. I got to answer one of these questions too by my buddy D. Smith. Darius Smith played for me at Woodbridge. The last really good player I had. He was a point guard. He went he went to France to play. He went over to United Kingdom, but he went over to France to play. And they blew up the building down the street. Remember they blew up restaurant? Yeah. Hey, he said pictures were falling off the wall. He left. He just wrote. He made a good point here. They also ran Jay Wright out of the game. What's going on now? Also ran Jay Wright. Jay Wright was one coaching. Really, his coaching style was plug and play. He could pull one guy out and put another one in. That was the same player. That was the same freaking player, man.
Oh yeah. He could do that.
Hey, that's the kind of team. Hey, that's what my goal is. You want to get a plug and play team. That's what that's called. You know, and you take him out, put this guy in, same player. Take that guy out, put this guy in, same player. But you always got to have that alpha dog too.
Yeah. Hey, look, one thing. I like to make one more point of emphasis about Jay and his coaching, right? Okay, now watch this. Watch this, Mike. Hey, Mike, Jay Shorter is one of the only guys, man, that I ever seen that if he had 10 to 12, I don't care if it was 12 players, if they could play and they could do what they could do, hey, man, Jay could play all of them, Joe. He would. Everybody gonna play. All right, but look, I'm not saying the same amount of time now.
Right.
And all that. But, man, it's very few coaches that I've seen that could go beyond 8, right? Okay, Jodine was that way. Jay and Larry Brown, you know, the coach in the NBA, and Coach Kansas. Those were only the 3 coaches that I could name that could play a lot of good and great players, you know, at one time on his team, you know, and play all of them and all of them play. I just felt that was amazing with Jay, that he had wherewithal that he knew how to do those kinds of things. He could play multiple players, man.
I'm gonna cut him off here. I'm gonna tell you what he once told me. He said, "Man, I played for Larry Brown. I played for Joe Dean." He said, "Jay, you was in their class, man." I said, whoa, man! I'm middle school coach. He said, "No. You coaching wise was in their class."
Yeah, man.
And that's the way I feel too, Ty.
Yeah,
that's where I feel, you know, but he's gonna be modest, you know. So, but that's how
I ain't gonna be modest all the time. My girl and I, we went to the zoo. She had her niece with her. This was doing just when the pandas left, because we really wanted to go see the pandas, but they left a couple of days before. But we still went. This guy comes up to me, never seen him before in my life, and said, "You coaching Jefferson?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What kind of team y'all gonna have this year?" I said, "We're Jefferson." I left it there. We're Jefferson. She, when we walked away, she said, "I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you told that guy that."
Wow, man, I ain't been in Jefferson in years.
Oh,
man.
You wouldn't even recognize the place now.
I know I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't.
Like, you got an invitation. Hey, I'm giving you an invitation, and these people are listening to it.
I'm coming.
I want you to come to Jefferson. I'll be there tomorrow because we cutting down. You don't want to come tomorrow because you see a bunch of kids crying and all that kind of stuff because we cutting tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What time? Oh, you practice tomorrow?
Yeah, we practicing tomorrow.
I'll be in town tomorrow.
But then you come on in 5 to 7.
Yeah. Oh, man. Heck yeah.
And the reason why we go 5 to 7, and this group that I have now, they really haven't joined into our culture yet because they trying out for the team. So they don't know how I really am. But if you came in about 2 or 3 weeks, you'll see a different group. But tomorrow you'll see how we do this. And plus you'd meet our coaches too.
Okay.
You know, and that is, man. You know, I'm sitting here reading some of this stuff. Darius Smith also played at down in Virginia. That was my last really, really, really great player in Virginia.
Okay.
He played for me in middle school. We're playing local bullies that can really play.
Oh, what you mean? That was the name of the team, or they were just bullies?
No. Lake Ridge was the name of the team.
Oh, okay.
And he was real coach. They were in discipline. He comes out of the game. Coach, take me out. I take him out. 3 or 4 minutes later, I said, "Hey, you ready?" No. I said, "What's wrong?" "I ain't feeling this game." I said, "What?" He said, "I'm not feeling this game, man." His mom on the other side of the court doing this, pointing at him. I said, he ain't feeling the game. She walked around the court, came over to us. I said, "What'd you say?" I said, "He ain't feeling this game." He said he wasn't feeling the game. She said, "He gonna feel my foot if he don't get his ass." I'm sorry, Darius. I had to tell that story.
Yeah.
Hey, his mom was. Hey, she was a legitimate sports fan, buddy.
Right.
He said, "He gonna feel my foot." That's what he get ready to feel if he don't get his ass in that game.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Look.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike, I got a story. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, Mike.
Look at him roll.
Hey,
he said, a true story. Yep. He told me he wasn't feeling the game.
Hey,
What's up, Tom?
I got 1 or 2 stories, Joe. Some funny stuff with Jay with us, right? Look, okay, when I first came from Friendship, and I'm playing for him, right? And we playing summer league out Glen Arden, right? All our summer league games was in Maryland, right? Now watch this, Mike. We out there playing. Now this is our Langley team, right?
Right.
We out there playing, and everybody we play got 2-3 dudes my height, right? And everything, right?
They in junior high now. Remember that? They in middle school. Tying them in middle school.
Now watch this. We in middle school. We playing summer league out there in Maryland and all that. Hey,
18
Mike,
and under.
I didn't know. Hey, look, I did not find out that we was 14 years old and we was playing in an 18 and under league. Jada put us in there and we won that joint.
What?
Right? Man, it was 18 and under, man.
And y'all won it.
We won it. The whole thing. Hey, he ain't tell us we was in 18 and under after we won it.
Hey, yep. One of my players, this one dude, all he could do was go left. Go left, go left, go left. He was trying to score. Go left. I said, you got to make him go right. Got to sit on his left side. He would not sit on that boy's right side. I mean, on his left side. During halftime, I'm saying, I'm asking you to cut his left off, man. He said, "Oh, man, F you." I said, "Whoa, what?"
What?
Oh, yeah, I know that.
I said, "Son, you know what? When we came out here, I brought a bunch of kids. When you tell me F you, you're a grown man now." I said, "You're going to have to find your way home, your own way home. We out of Glen Arden."
You know?
Yeah.
Hey,
okay. So he had to walk down there. He had to walk through Landover and everything, huh?
Hey, and we didn't have cell phones. We have cell phones now.
Yeah. Hey, look.
Right.
Now, the second part to the story is this, right? So we playing Langley. We in the regular season, you know, basketball starts now like October, right? And everything.
Right.
Okay. We start the season November, everything going whatever. So around Christmas, Jada put us in a Christmas tournament, right? This outside of Langley, what we doing and all that. We not playing under Langley though, right? So Jay throws us in a Christmas tournament over there in what's that over there in Oxon? Glass Manor, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he got us in the tournament. Yeah, we over there playing, right? And we playing, and we go, and we playing these dudes. Here we go again. I got 3-4 dudes my height. I'm the tallest dude on our team, right? Man, we go over there. We win the tournament. We won the joint. Jay tell us again that, you know, that was 18 and under tournament, right? You know, that was 18 and under we playing in. I said, man, you hit us with the 18 and under again? Yeah, man. Jay would put us, you know, he would play, take out. But we were that good and that disciplined, right? That those people and those 18, they weren't as organized as we were. That's why we beat them.
Yeah.
Right.
Kenny Parker, who's now got a statement out there. Let me tell you something about Kenny Parker. He's in San Diego right now. He's in the service. And he told, you know, when I told him we want to do this podcast. Thank you for serving, Kenny. Yeah. Hey, we appreciate what you do. No question about it, Kenny. And he's right. I did that with football too. I had them playing up one time. And I would never do that again. That's when I was young and stupid, you know. And these kids came out there and won. They won anyway. They don't even know. They don't even know.
Man, he always made you play up.
Hey, and won. I mean, not only did we play, but we play up. Kenny Parker grew up down here in Southwest too. He played because I did coach football at one time. In fact, a lot of people thought I was a better football coach than basketball coach. But they got that out of their mind in a hurry. Football, I love football until I got to Virginia and started coaching down there. And I'm gonna tell you what I didn't love down there. it seemed like every other week. I mean, football was serious down there. Down there.
Well, let me ask you this, Jay. Jay, let me ask you this before you go in there. Now, you told me, but let everybody else know the reason why you went to Virginia.
Here in the district, I was loaded. We had teams, man, we had just won the national championship in the AAU. Would have won it 3-4 years earlier, but I would never travel with the team out of town.
Right.
We were, man, we were winning AAU. We were winning at Langley. And I said to myself, can you really coach, or do you just have that many good players where you just can't lose? I had to find out about myself. I'm 20 now. I'm about 25 years old. I just said, I'm going to Virginia. I put an application, and Phil Gaines, who was the principal at Garfield, was also he was a basketball coach at Coolidge. Frank Williams, who coached at Coolidge, told him that hey, this guy looking for a job. Can you take him? So they put they had me. So he took me to Garfield. Tell you something about Garfield. I'm coaching JV. First game. Well, first of all, the kids wouldn't buy into what we were doing and all that. First game, I said, let's play Langley. Langley comes down. They got Sonny Reds. They got Perry Carter at Ohio State. They had Phil Gamble,
right? UConn.
They had Bobby Winston, Georgetown. They had Peanut and all those other guys. They beat the hell out of us. I go in the locker room.
But that's the team you put together.
Yeah. The team I put together, I'm playing against them now. That's the first year I just left them. I went in the locker room. Hey, Splash,
that was 81, 82.
They cried.
81, 82.
They cried in the locker room. And I said,
you said they cried.
Yeah, I said, what's wrong with y'all? My best player turned to me and said, Coach, we just get our ass kicked by a middle school team. He said, we just got out. And hey, that was the only game we lost. That was the only game we lost that year. Oh, they bought in there. They bought in there. It's you gotta play up, and you gotta what's the guy's name on do basketball? Ohio State, went to Ohio State himself. Well, anyway, he said something that stuck with me too. To grow, you need both rain and sunshine. It ain't all about sunshine. It ain't all about rain either. You need both rain and sunshine. That was rain. And I tell you what, sunshine was after that.
That's what you said. Hey, Ty, let me ask you this. Looking back at your career, what advice would you give to current college players striving to make a professional career out of basketball, whether in the NBA, overseas, or in other leagues?
Well, see, I'm gonna stop it right at the NBA for me, right? And all that, cause see, when you get right there, that's on you, right?
Right.
Now I can walk you through middle school all the way through college.
Right.
Now the reason why my stoppage is at college for me, and what I'm talking to players and all that, my number one aspiration or goal for them is to get a degree. Right. Now anything after that, look, man, we can talk about that, and I can, all that, but I don't go into talking pro or NBA or NFL or none of that with players until after they have gotten a degree, because I want that to be the number one objective for them.
Or at least working towards it. At least working towards it.
Right. And at the same time, though, you're becoming a better player by working on your skills and all that, and you become a better person by working on your character and everything, right? And everything. My number one thing that I would encourage young people to have an understanding of having discipline and accountability, right?
Okay.
And all that, right? To hold yourself accountable, be responsible, do what you're supposed to be doing. Right. All of this kind of stuff, when you're doing that, it builds character. So I like to take and use sports to build a well-rounded person, just not sports, life, family, friends, school, academics, and all that. I like the fact about creating the well-rounded, decent human being so that they may become a productive citizen in our society.
That's
and
important.
they can make that they can make contributions to society, right?
Right.
It makes me feel real good, man, when I see a player or a young person that I had an influence on, that I was able to help them stay away from trouble, jail and streets and all of that. Because we had enough of all of that, right?
Yeah.
And all that.
And then you got to think, that guy there did it for me. Larry Jewell did it for me. Borden did it for me, because I was a wreck in Southwest. I was popping spoke hug caps and drinking syrup at 12.
Yeah, right.
So
I'd have straightened your butt up. Hey, I'd have straightened your butt up. You'd come with us. You know, now, I'm gonna tell you why. When you got around them other guys, you'd have said, "Man, these dudes, man, hey, this is the lifestyle I'm looking for. I'm really looking for." This
that's what happened to me, man. I noticed that right away. Look, man.
Let me say something about teaching. We had an assistant principal was giving these guys tokens every day to go home, man. He would give them tokens. Hey, Stretch, wasn't he? He was actually giving these guys.
Hey, man. I rode the man. Hold on.
I got that at Spingarn. I got that when I went to Spingarn.
Hey, Mike, you know where I was living when I played for Jay? Man, I was living in Clay Terrace, Northeast.
Stop playing.
Right? I was living in Clay Terrace in Northeast, going all the way over Northeast by Tech Langley. Back then, man, middle school. And I had tokens and whatever. And guess what? I never came to school late one day. None of that, man. It was so much discipline, man, and a foundation of accountability around that Langley program.
It's about culture. It's about culture.
You experienced the life change as you were in that program.
Right.
So when you experienced it, I mean, how did it feel? Because me personally, I really didn't experience something like that until I really got closer to my mother. And that was my freshman year in college, because her seeing me on TV.
Right.
She didn't never come to any games. She didn't interfere in my basketball whatsoever, because she didn't know anything. I mean, she knew about it, but she didn't know how to approach it. Nor did she have the clothes to come to a game, because all she had was what she had on and called bedroom slippers. Yeah. Those were her shoes. Yeah. So, I mean, that's when everything changed for me, and I started to realize.
An epiphany, right? Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it was an awakening that I had, and it was also a catapult for me to go and able to play for Jodine, and also to go and play Major Division I. Because, man, your attitude and character and all that, if that ain't in check, man, I mean, you got coaches, once you climbing up that ladder, you pull anything crazy or anything like that, that's it, man. They're going to cut you, let you go, and all that, So I learned that, from Jay and his players and all that. I mean,
and that attitude just went right with him. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I got to say this. The Langley thing, like Charles Chris, you heard me. This is about the fourth time I mentioned his name, but I got to mention Eddie Myers too. Eddie Myers set the tone for what's going on with me and Langley. And I'm gonna tell you what, none of this would ever happen if it wasn't for Eddie Myers. I dropped out of school. I'd gone to school with scholarship in my freshman year, and I said, man, I'm tired of school. Man, the hell with school. Eddie Myers said, man, you got too much talent in other areas not to go to school. And if you don't go back, I'm going to kick your ass. Whoa. Eddie was keeping it real. Eddie was one of them keep it real people. He said, I was 17. I was 17. Yeah. Eddie was about 22, 23, 20. He was a grown man.
Right.
Yeah.
I be in his car, and I switched the station because now they talk. He said, man, don't turn no damn station on my car, man. Get your hands off my radio. I said, whoa, what this do? Hey, Eddie was that kind of a person. Eddie really showed me the way that really disciplined outside of my parents. People outside of my parents also were disciplined. Right. Eddie also was that. And also, when I left Langley, Duck took over, Donovan Ricks. Okay. And he took that team and just moved it on like they were supposed to, because they won too. I think
so. They never lost a beat.
No, they didn't. They didn't. I'm gonna tell you what. Bill Gamble told me, "You taught us how to do this," and Duck did a great job. God, look what somebody wrote. Woo. Wisdom on display. But he said, hey, he said that you really taught us, how the winning ways. And like Stress said, and then all it takes is a year. And then once you had that success and you see how things work when it's done right, when you said, this is what they're doing on television, guys, interviews, guys are going the right direction. You'd have fallen in place. You really would have right away in middle school.
Look, see what it was, and this was with Joe Dean too. They made you feel that what you're doing is meaningful to you, for you, the school, your friends, the principal, your family, everybody. But look, I got one Eddie Miles story, man. Huh?
Okay, I'm gonna let you tell this story, but let me ask you this: have you done that? This tripped me out because I was planning on transferring from Spingarn my senior year. Did you ever have to play Joe Dean in basketball?
Oh man, hey man, look, you done broke my heart there now, cause hey man, he would frustrate you, man. Hey, look, man, I never beat him, man. Look, he'll play me all the man. Look, hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Hey, he will humiliate you though. Look, man, people don't know this about Joe Dean, right? I'm talking, man. Okay, this is what he told me, right? He said he told me this, right? He said, "What you looking all mad and all this for?" He said, "Bo Holston, Craig Shelton, Bebe doing none of them beat me either. You none of. Hey, man. What? Hey, I was mad, Mike. Hey, Mike, look, I'm sitting there. I'm talking. I was pissed off, mad, angry. He was antagonizing me, man, standing over top of me, man, telling me, "Hey, man, I'm serious, man. This Joe Dean, man. Hey, man." But I'm getting later on why he did all that, right? Yeah. Right. He was psychologically just bothering me, right? Yeah. Man, I'm sitting there on the bench like this with. I've got both my hands on my knees like this. He's standing right here to the right, telling me, "Don't get mad. Don't get upset. It's all right. Ask Bebe. Ask Craig Shelton. Ask Bo Olsen. Ask any of them they ever beat me." Right? And all that. And I'm standing there looking at him, trying to figure out, man, how this dude keep beating me, man. Man, look, we would play one-on-one.
So slow. Yeah, he's slow and everything, man. He was tearing me up.
Oh, I used to play him on a regular though, man. He would humiliate and frustrate me all the time. Well, look, let me get my Eddie Miles story in. Hey, Mike, I'm gonna get off. Hey, I'm gonna get my Eddie Miles story in here. I'm gonna have to go because I gotta go to work, right? But look, man. I first met Eddie Miles in 1978, right? I was playing AAU basketball. We had a game up Carroll. We was playing Tommy Amica, Billy King, Derek Sims, and Kitchen and them, right? 12 and under. Man, we was in there losing, right? We had, the coaches, I'm not going to say their names. Watch this, man. I ain't going to say their names or nothing, right? And all that. Man, Eddie Miles walked to the door, Joe, walked right over on our bench, sat right on our bench and started coaching the team, right? And ain't none of us never played for him. We never practiced with him or nothing, man. Man, we won that game, man, because Eddie Miles took over the coaching, man. We beat Tommy Amica and them, man. That's a story. That's a real story, man. That's the first day I ever seen.
They had a bomb squad in Virginia. They had a bomb squad in Virginia.
Yeah, they did. Eddie took the game seriously. He really did. And when he found out that there were players down here in Southwest, like everybody else was saying, "Well, where these guys coming from?" Butch McAdams used to ask me that. Where these guys coming from, man? The John Smiths, the Chester Baxters. He said, "Where these guys coming from, man?" Joe Bronner.
Wow.
Hey, let me share this with you. Speaking of Joe Bronner, Stretch. Mike asked me a couple of days ago.
He lived next door to me.
Huh?
He lived in the next building.
Yeah. He said, best player you ever coached. Best athlete. I said, that's hard, man. I've coached a lot. But I tell you what, on paper, it would say Joe Bronner. I said, Joe Bronner made first team All-Met in 2 sports. Basketball and baseball. Baseball was really, the Orioles offered him a contract right out of high school. He chose to go to A&T and was player of the year in the conference in his second sport.
Wow.
He was that good.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you what Mike said to me that really made me feel good. He said, "You know who I thought was the best athlete down here?" I said, "Who?" He said, "Slick." Slick was my son, man.
Yep, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I
Slick
know.
followed me everywhere, every time. Hey, I taught him how to play.
That's my man.
Hey, he could
That's
back
my
catch.
man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yo, man. Hey. Everybody who kept saying,
Yeah.
usually when you get a guy that admires somebody and they with him all the time, and they say it must be your father. You was telling no. Slick would say, "Yeah, he is my father. Yes, he is." He wasn't ashamed to say that. He wasn't ashamed to say that.
Wow.
A great player. I mean, both of them were Slick and but you know what? Southwest was really loaded with a lot of players down here. The Joe Browners, like I said, the Chester Baxter, John Smith, and a bunch of guys that nobody really knew their names because one thing or another. We didn't have a high school down here, and what have you. But I tried to. I dug a couple of them out of here. Perry Carter, Phil Gamble, Stretch, and got them up to Langley. And I'm gonna tell you what. The thing I feel good about, they went to UConn, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and they did well there. And
not only that, none of them went to jail.
Yep. Yeah.
None of them been to jail. And that's what I look at, And I think about because a lot of. Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you a little story, and I'm not gonna say no names. But when Len Bias died, I got this call from a college coach. And I never snort coke a day in my life. He called me and said, "I just called to make sure it wasn't you."
Wow.
That really pissed me off, man. For him to say that, and he's supposed to be close to me. At least I thought.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe that.
Yeah. Jeff Baxter told me that was the first time Len Bias ever did coke. That was the first time he ever done coke.
Wow.
And see, I'm gonna tell you what, and if any kids listen, you really got to pay attention to this. Those kind of people, those drug dealers, need when you're getting ready to blow up star-wise, they want to be around you because you're gonna buy big volumes at a time. You ain't gonna buy no nickel bag at $10 worth. You're gonna buy $500 worth because you don't want to keep running back and forth to a drug dealer.
Exactly.
So, all this is on the house. That's how they look at that. This is on the house right now.
Yep. They're setting you up. They're setting you up.
Yep. They're setting you up. That's exactly what it is. And I'm just glad that drugs isn't a big part of our society like it used to be.
Right.
I'm talking about the black community. Study through the black community. There's more in that other community because that's why they talk about fentanyl and all that. Our people aren't doing it. Hey, you can't. It'd be tough to find drugs down here in Southwest to buy. You have to go to Virginia.
Well, gentrification got rid of a lot of that.
Yeah, because you used to go on Delaware Avenue, man, and get them big old nickel bags.
Yep.
Them big old nickel bags. I was down there getting them nickel bags. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
Delaware Avenue.
We had to keep it real. We had to keep it real.
Drive-through McDonald's. It was like a drive-through McDonald's. Car be lined up all the way around the corner. And
because I had to go up in there because Timmy Johnson lived up in there. I used to be up in there every day.
Timmy Johnson was another one of my guys, man. I like Timmy Johnson.
Yeah.
One of the great athletes, but
Hey, but fellas, I gotta make an exit strategy, man. I got
okay. Well, we're about to wrap it up and everything. I wanna thank y'all for coming on. That really meant a lot to me. And this is not going to be the first time or the last time, okay?
Oh, anytime, man. Hey, look, man.
I want to talk to you about getting Bo and them. I seen a number where I can call. They got a thing you can call about the Dunbar team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get Bo hosting on here and get you back on here with Bo. I ain't know Bo was scared. I ain't know he was still around. And Coach.
Real inspiration to me, man.
Yeah, I know that. I know, and I told you that today. I'm looking at him in his uniform, and y'all look just alike. Huh?
I don't think if I would have never saw him, I don't think I'd have been the player that I became, right?
Yeah.
Because I was 12. I was 12 years old, and I saw a dude that was in high school just playing real hard, man. you know, and all that. So for me, seeing him, you know, it set the tone for letting me know the level that you had, how hard you had to play, you know, to be a high school player and all that. But on that, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'll see y'all on the next time. All right.
All right, man.
One more quick story, man. Go ahead. I used to drive Phil Gamble and Perry Carter home from practice every day because we all lived in the Southwest at that time. All right. This particular day, we went to American University. They didn't know this, but I wanted to get my transcript because I was leaving Langley at the end of that year. I didn't tell them that. So I dropped him off in the gym. You know, the coach was there, who coached in Maryland. He was there, and Gary Williams.
Gary Williams.
I came back about a half hour later once I got my transcript. I came back. They had a T-shirt that said American U Basketball on it. Move time ahead 4 more years. Gary Williams told me if I had known that was Phil Gamble and Perry Carter, I'd have given him more than a T-shirt. He said,
I know that's right.
He did get Perry Carter though. Because Perry did go to Ohio State.
He did. Because he did go to Ohio State.
Yep. And Phil Gamble's mom made him not. He wanted to go to Georgetown, but Phil Gamble's mom said, "You got to get out of here. You know, you got to get out of town." She told Calhoun and them, "Don't send him home. Don't send him home because it's just
I'm glad he left. I'm glad he left too because Georgetown. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking bad about Coach. I love him. I still would run through that brick wall for him if he asked me today. But Georgetown is not for everybody, you know. And I tell people, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Georgetown. I didn't even have a good time there, you know. So that's why I love. People say academics, but
it's a bad fit.
It's not for everybody. Georgetown's not for everybody.
You would have. I mean, you did well anyway that year. You were there on the court, but you socially, you'd been better off at Howard. Oh my gosh, man! Or one of the HBCUs.
Or UDC.
Yeah, or UDC. Yeah.
Because I always told Coach when he was recruiting me, and he used to laugh. Him and John Woods would never talk because they was beefing. But I always told him, if I come to your school, I'm gonna win you quite a few championships. He would laugh, but it all in the skies, he was really recruiting me, and I didn't know it, you know. So because I already signed with Maryland in the 10th grade.
Yeah. Hey man, some good messages there, man. I see some of my folks.
Man, but Coach, let me ask you this before we go. I need to ask you this before we go. What advice would you give to an aspiring coach about maintaining passion and effectiveness over a long coaching career like yours, 45 years plus of experience?
What would I do to a coach?
Aspiring coach. What advice would you give that aspiring coach about maintaining the passion and the effectiveness over a long period of time?
You have to be yourself, but you got to have discipline. You got to have discipline. And you got to take control, but at the same time, you got to do it with your personality. If I walked out and Stretch took over that team, they would be disciplined, but it would be handled differently. My thing was, you had to know the players, and you really treat them all the same punishment for the same crime, but you approach them differently. Some kids you can pat on your back, some you got to kick in the butt. You know, you can't pat everybody on the back, and you can't kick everybody in the butt. And you got to know who's who, and you got to know your kids. And I'm gonna tell you something too. Wise guy once told me, Morgan Wooten told me, that if kids don't think you care, they don't care what you think.
That's it. I love it. I love it.
They don't care what you think. They're gonna, you tell me something, get out of my face, because they know you don't care. You don't care about me. You don't care about my family. You don't care about anything. All you want
that reiterates back to what I was saying earlier. It got to be meaningful to them. They got to believe. They got to believe, man. You got to sell it to them, man. Look, man. I'm gonna tell you one of the most profound things would pertain to what Jay talking about. Jodine said that to us in a practice, man. We was practicing. Hey, man, he told us we ain't playing for ourselves, right? Yeah. When you step out there in a Dunbar uniform, He said, man, you playing for your students, man. You playing for these teachers, the principal, your family, your brothers, your sisters. And right there, man, that right there made basketball more meaningful to me when Joe Dean said that one day in the practice.
Yep. Yeah, and I tell my kids all the time.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Coach.
I tell my kids all the time.
You tell the kids what?
Friends. I ain't got no 13-year-old friends, man. You know, I tell my players on my team that all the time, man. This is business, and I'm gonna handle it like business. You know,
my mother used to tell me that.
Hey, I don't have no 13-year-old friends, man. You know, so don't try to, you know, believe this is the friendship train. This ain't the friendship train. You know, and I love you all, but this ain't the friendship train. You ain't gonna play because we're friends and stuff. Yeah, and Slick. Right. I used to get on this case all the time too about things. Yeah, and I do miss him, no doubt about it. And Mike, you brought his name up.
I do too.
Oh man, I said, oh, that's my boy.
I just remember him wearing that baseball cap and always with a mitten, and he would come on the basketball court in Randall, and man, he reminded me of Muggsy Bogues. He was Muggsy Bogues before Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah.
Yep. He was Muggsy Bogues before Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, he was that
without
type.
a doubt.
Yeah.
But Ty, I want to thank you, man, because enough brothers don't do what you did as far as with Delonte Taylor.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people do it for exploitation. The man needs help. You understand what I'm saying? And we got to get him help.
Delonte West.
Yeah, Delonte West. I'm sorry. Delonte West. Yeah. We need to get him help, man, and because this thing's supposed to be a fraternity.
I've been over there about 3-4 times, Mike, trying to find him, and I ain't seen him, man. Yep, I've been over there.
I see him all the time on social media. I see him all the time on social media. He got this Caucasian girl and her boyfriend. They look out for him. They've been looking out for him and everything. And I want to thank them also. Yeah, they've been really taking care of him. And that's good. That's good. But we're going to go ahead and cut it here. And I appreciate y'all for coming, man. I love y'all, man. And Coach, I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm going to see you tomorrow, Coach. All right?
Come on through.
I'm going to be there because I'll be in town tomorrow.
The kids will love you. My coaches will love you. You know, hey.
Okay. Hey, Mike, man, thanks for having me, man. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the conversation.
Hey, the guy down there, that's picture down there, that's my guy, man. That's my guy. Tyrone Jones Stretch. That's my guy, man. Yeah. Hey, Stretch. Love you, Slim. You know
man. That's how it's supposed to be, man.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I thank y'all, man. And
all
right, man. Love y'all, man.
All right, thanks for like again, man. Thanks for having me, man. I really enjoyed this, man. And I hope, that some people, can listen to this show and just, get some ways of how, we can deal with young people and, and introducing them to basketball and all that. So that, I think through sports, right, we can use sports, man, to help build character with young people. That's just my belief.
Well, John, let me say this. Remember, we used to go around DC during the summertime. We playing ball, and all the courts be full, and you know what I'm saying. And now you look
my
around,
allergies, man.
It's like wow, that's very hurtful, man. That's hurtful.
Ain't none of that no more, man. Like it used to be, man.
Oh, but Barry Farms is trying to bring that back, though. Barry Farms has really done. Barry Farms, they had a nice little tournament during the summer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Miles. Miles trying to bring it back.
Yeah,
that's what bringing it back. He was on the show last week.
Yeah, he's trying to get like Harlem, man. I thought that was great because a lot of my players
that's a great idea. That's a good thing.
That lead.
I got to say one thing about one of my players.
That lead.
I got a kid, my best player that ever played for me down there at Jefferson so far, Nico Monday, has committed to Texas A&M. The kid is tremendous. Wow, he's a tremendous player. His mom was all Met 6 times.
Oh, okay.
3 times. She's a track star. 3 times outdoor track, 3 times indoor track. First team all Met. She went to Florida. Now, when Florida comes up here and get somebody that can run track, all the people down there in Florida that can run, she could run.
That's all they do.
Yep. Dad played at Smigon, Fred Promise, and he was all Met and went to play the Pit.
Oh, what?
That's his son.
Yeah.
Fred?
Hey, both his mom and dad were all
God,
Met.
I didn't know that.
Hey, both his parents made all Met. The guy is a tremendous basketball player. He's going to do well on the court for Texas A&M, no doubt about it. Yeah, and he's going to get paid.
I can't wait to watch him because I can't wait to watch him. He was fantastic in middle school. I never seen him play in high school though.
Yeah. I got to see some video on him like you would say, good God Almighty, man, this kid. Hey, he's tremendous on the court. And it's really grown up a lot too. Yeah. Michelle is really. She talked to me this past week. Last week. She wants to set up a nonprofit because he's getting paid. She wants to drop all that money.
Yeah.
So now you get a car. A car is now a company vehicle. You pay mom rent, and she got to pay taxes on that. But it ain't. Now, once you get $200,000, you're in that 50% tax bracket. Well, they're gonna take half your money. He's gonna get more than that. He's gonna get a lot more than that. And so they're gonna drop all that.
That's
money.
That's what I'm trying to groom my 11-year-old. Trying to groom her. I'm trying to groom her. She's like almost 6 foot and she 11. She just turned 11. So that's my work. That's my project.
Y'all in Virginia?
Yeah.
Look,
I'm about to come back to DC.
Yeah. Look, in my closing, man, I like to leave this message though, man, for the young people, right? Man, all I care about, man, is them being a successful, productive citizen and growing up to be a full-grown adult, right? And so that they can give back the same lessons that somebody gave to them. That's my number one ultimate inspiration behind why I like to try and help young people, man. Particularly Black young people, because I want them to have the opportunity, man, for success.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, guys.
How about you, Coach? You want to close out?
We're going to stay in touch, man. We're going to stay in touch.
Oh, we are. We got to, man.
You wouldn't even recognize it.
Got to. I will be down there tomorrow.
You will not recognize it.
Okay.
Everybody came through there and went to school there and said the same thing. Man, where am I? Good gosh, where is this? You won't even recognize
I want to see the gym. I know that gym is looking awesome. I know it is.
That big. Hey, it's about that big. Say what? The gym is about that big.
Big?
Yeah, well, no, it's bigger than that. They broke down one wall and moved it back a little bit. The locker rooms you wouldn't recognize.
Because the locker room's over here. I know. Oh my God. Yes, indeed. That's all right, man. That's all right.
And you decide you want to join our little camp or whatever, man. Hey, the kids and the parents will love that. They really would. They really would. We'll talk about that tomorrow, man.
Okay.
That's a bet.
All right,
that's a bet. Hey, man, love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. And
all right.
I'll be seeing y'all later, man.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Michael Graham Show. Big thanks to our guest, and bigger thanks to you for listening. If it hit home, share it. If it made you think, talk about it. Because change starts with conversation. Catch Michael next time. Same truth, same energy, same mission. Till then, stay loud, stay real, and stay connected.